How you doing? I want to talk about a relic that can get Absorbing Man to be bound to get Nerf. This relic is so powerful for Absorbing Man. Let me talk about which relic it is. So keep in mind, relics is inevitable. Whether you like it or not, it's going to be coming in the game. Also, I want to point out something about the relic, but let's first go to the relic, and it's Iron Fist Battlecast. This will make Absorbing Man inevitable to get nerfed. The good thing about relics is it's pretty new to the game. So this is a 6-star rank 2. Keep that in mind as far as the numbers wise. But at the same time, relics are only going to get stronger in the future. Okay, there will be a 6-star rank 5 relic, maybe even stronger than that in the future, so keep that in mind. I know most people won't have a 6-star rank 2 for a while, but this is a 6-star rank 2, and in the future it will be stronger than a 6-star rank 2 relic, so it'll be stronger than this data. As I mentioned, the good thing is that Absorbing Man might not get nerfed because the relics are pretty new, so who knows. But even just, what do you call this? The striker alone is going to make him powerful, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But let's talk about the Iron Fist Battlecast. Why this is so overpowered for Absorbing Man. So let's look at it. So when it comes to the striker Iron Fist, the first hit inflicts a 9 seconds ineptitude. Passive reducing the potency of Noob Fairy, Armor Up, Precision, and Cruelty buffs by negative 22.86%. So that's really nothing special. This will make him more tankier. If this was like, a little bit higher, like 50%, this would make more of a difference. But again, in the future, you never know. This could be, again, minus 50%, which will be like very, very strong. And will make you Absorbing Man very, very sustainable. Now, let's look at this one. Innate Burning Palm Strikes. Landing the first hit of a heavy attack deals 14.01% of attack. Something to think about. This can actually work with Diablo. That will make him even more tankier as well. That's pretty crazy. Well, he does nullify buffs, so maybe not so much. It would really matter so much for him because he can nullify buffs, but something to think about. So, Immediate Burning Palm Strike. Landing the first hit of a heavy attack deals 14% of attack as energy damage. Champions with both offensive burst champions trigger this an additional time for each buff on the opponent, max 8. So 14% times 8, that's 112%, I believe. My math is correct. 112%. And then since he's an offensive burst champion, he's going to double that. So that's what? Times 2, that's 224%. Yes, it's only heavy attack, but this guy, you always want to throw heavy attacks pretty much if you want to optimize his damage. So that's going to help his attack even more. What else? Ability Brooklyn Headbutt. Opponents gaining a buff grants a Dormant Fairy passive, mass 8 stacks. This Dormant Fairy is activate for 4.5 seconds when charging a heavy attack, increasing attack rating by 0.28%. So it's really nothing at all, But since he is an offensive burst champion, he gains plus 250% potency for the Fairy passive for this relic. So this is basically, like, what's that? 70%. Plus 70% offensive burst, 0.70, not 70%. So this is kind of like close to 1% at max, and then max stack 8. So that will pretty much increase your attack about 8%. So nothing special, but it's still gonna be, still gonna help him, with his base attack, which is gonna be helpful. Any increased damage is helpful. What else? Ability Colonel's Whip. Single hit heavy attacks reduce the opponent's combat rate. That's great. Nothing really special about that. I mean, it's, reduces the power. It's also good, I guess you can say that. Nothing bad about that. So this one, it gives him attribute heavy finisher plus 2.42% attack rating on heavy hits. So that's also, extra attack can hurt. So let me talk about this. They said there's nothing special. Be able to reduce opponent's combat rate is actually pretty powerful in the game. Max stack 4. So, you know, that's gonna be pretty powerful actually. I mean, I underestimated this one. I didn't really think about it too much, but in some scenario, like when you're going up against like Hyperion or something, this could be really useful. Or like some know that opponent has massive power gain or something, this can be really useful. So let's read it again. Ability cooldown, Lotus Whip, single hit, heavy attacks reduce opponent's combat rate by 2.42%. Offensive champions, burst champions reduce opponent combat power rate by additional 2.42%. So it doubles since he's an offensive champion. So this is practically 5% on each single heavy attack hit. Oh my god, that's on each single heavy attack. Wow. I don't remember how many heavy hit on his heavy attack is, but there's quite a bit. And then max of 4 buffs. So that'll be like 20% at the very minimum. Oh, not 20, but close to 20% at the very minimum once he has 4 buffs on the opponent. So that's going to be make him, really reduce opponent's power by with this ability. So that's pretty good. So let me talk about why this relic is so powerful. It's really because of the striker. And we're going to talk about Absorbing Man's details when we go to his details. Let's do that. Okay, not this one. So the last time I talked about Absorbing being the best champion, possibly being the best Mystic champion in the game, I could see it happening. Or is he bound to get nerfed? I haven't been more excited to see a champion come out since Scorpion. This guy is like really good. I know you've probably seen a lot of gameplay from this champion, and it's pretty incredible things he can do in the game. And it's almost like it could get nerfed. I hope it doesn't, but it'd just be really, really unfortunate if it does. So why is that relic so powerful? So I didn't talk about too much my first video about is Absorbing Man going to be the best Mystic champion, but let me go, like you could say this is part 2. Let me talk about things I didn't talk about. So let me talk about one thing first, and then I'll talk about the heavy attack. Something I really want to emphasize, it's kind of like pretty important thing to have. So special attack 3, Forbidden Fruit, gain indefinite cruelty passive, increasing critical rate damage rating by 110.53. If a refined form is already active, gain a second cruelty passive, max attack of 5. So technically you don't need to do it 5 times, you could do this 3 times. Okay, and you'll get the max stack of 5. So it's not like game breaking or anything, but it does gonna help his damage. Activating the most recent form in its refined state, pause it for 15 seconds. So that's really good. While the pause is active, Absorbing Man gains 84 critical rating. So that's really, really good. Usually you want to like, what do you call this? Do like a heavy attack and then throw your special attack. But this doesn't make it necessary for you to do that. You can just pretty much play vanilla. Pretty much, because it not only it gives you critical rating, but it pauses your refined state for 15 seconds. Think about that. Also, his form gets paused if he's immune to like certain things, like whatever it is, shock, bleed, or even poison with more abomination synergy. As well, I think armor break as well, or armor shattered. So you pretty much can just spam SP3 and play vanilla style with Absorbing Man. And this also will make him damage mastery friendly. So let's look at, that's why I missed out on the last time I talked about him. This is really good. This is probably better for longer fights. Probably not something you want to be doing in like, what do you call that? Battlegrounds, but like in quests. This is really, really good. That's special attack 3 for Absorbing Man. which you can play him like vanilla style. So let's talk about his heavy attacks. Why it's so powerful with that relic. Let's see. Where is it at? Probably one of the reasons why I didn't go through everything last time is because it's like a book. They really made a book about him, dude. Jeez. Come on, where's the heavy attack? Oh, dang it. See, I can't even find it. Let's see. Where's the heavy attack? Heavy, 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 heavy. Should say here somewhere. It's not. Okay, heavy attack. This is what's gonna make that relic so powerful. That Iron Fist relic. It doesn't even have to be Iron Fist. It can just be any relic. So what happens is this attack gains 718 critical rating if the opponent is stunned at the first hit lands. This attack instead gains 18,900 critical rating if the opponent is not stunned at the first hit lands. Activating a special attack after the first hit lands applies the bonus critical rating to the entire special and grants 30 morph charges. So he can gain up to 600 morph charges. So 30 isn't really much, but if you do it 20 times, you'll be at max morph charges. So what happens with this, okay? Why is this so powerful when you have the relic? So first of all, somebody mentioned that when you use the relic, the striker relic, that you can pretty much go to the heavy attack and then throw your special, and it doesn't count as a stun, so you'll get that maximum bonus, the 18,900 critical rating. Just in case if you're wondering, that's a huge difference. That's like 11 times different. No, it's not. It's practically double the crit chance that it'll happen. It's just a rating. It's just that with diminishing return, it's not the same. So don't think, oh, it's gonna crit 11 times more likely. No, it's just double the crit chances. So even if it wasn't the case, let's say if the opponent count as a stun, when the opponent is stunned, you're still gonna get that attack rating of 18.18 critical rating, right? So it's still decent. It won't be as good as if you didn't land, if the opponent wasn't stunned when you throw your heavy attack, but it's still decent. But somebody did mention that it doesn't count as a passive, as a stun when you throw the relic and the striker and they get stunned. So this is really overpowered for Absorbing Man, because you can just go in straight to the relic, then do your heavy, and then through your special attack, and you're almost guaranteed critical hits for every attack what you do, whatever it is, so special 1 or special 2. It's gonna be so powerful. So also, like, you can, at the same time, you can get to your reform charges. Where's that at? More charges. So where's that? So you can do like performing a medium light medium combo if you have at least 154 more charges, or activating a special attack and max charges consume all charges to refine. So I mean, if you're not at 600 charges, you definitely want to be performing a medium light medium combo, right, at 150 morph charges. So medium light medium, and then you do a striker, then you do a heavy attack, and then to a special attack. That's gonna do so much damage. And if you have a 600 charges already, you can just go straight to a heavy attack to a special attack. So this is gonna make him super powered. So what do you guys think about this relic for Absorbing Man? Thank you.